Hello, Dean from Youth and Men's Groups. Now, this is the second in the series of videos aimed at helping men to develop the strategies to manage difficult emotions. Now, as part of our life, life can be challenging. Difficult emotions are really part and parcel of our everyday lives. However, one thing has become apparent is that all the men I've worked with, from young to old, tend to only be comfortable, actually I include myself in this, is in being able to express anger. So one of the workshops I run today is called Removing the Mask. And the way I see the mask is that face that we put on in order to fit into a particular group within society. So it might be the one that we wear at home with our families. It might be the one that we wear at work. It might be the one that we wear when we're with our peers. But the mask is something that really hides our true feelings underneath. And we know that the damage of not being able to not only identify but express those feelings that lie behind the mask can lead to all sorts of problems that we're seeing in society today. So depression is at its highest that it's ever been. So cases of depression across the world. We're seeing that more people are taking antidepressant, antipsychotic, all of these numbing pharmaceutical medications because people just don't want to feel the uncomfortable feelings which is part of our life. Now I wanted to really just to cover, why is that? That's the question that comes up in my mind is why are we comfortable with expressing anger, but we're not comfortable in feeling or expressing any of the other emotions? Now as a man, I know that when I was growing up, I was told that, if you was to cry in public or to express any of your other feelings other than when you're pissed off or frustrated, that really people don't want to listen. People don't care. People have got too much going on in their lives and they just don't really want to listen. Now this is really sad because, all the groups I've been running for young men specifically over the last couple of years, what I've noticed is that there is a lack of connection or camaraderie when young people are not expressing how they truly feel. So for example, I watched a young Islander last year express what his brother and the relationship he has with his brother really meant to him. He expressed that he really loves his brother and he feels really sad when his brother has to go away and work and they're not spending time together. He expressed his sadness in tears. It brought tears to my eyes to see, a young man stand there with great courage to really express, the emotions that he was feeling. There's so much power in that. And I think, today, with media stimulation, peer pressure, society's definition of what it means to be a man is really creating a block for us as men to be able to really show who we truly are. I believe that a man is really powerful, or he's owning his power, when he's basically more aware of everything that's going on inside of him and he develops strategies to be able to express it. I know in my relationships that when I've developed that courage to really express how I feel and utilize the language of I feel sad or I feel angry, I feel it's really developed and enriched my relationships in such a big way. So my invitation to you is to take some time on a daily basis to really get to understand your emotions, your feelings. And one of the best ways that you can do this is to really just start to jot down in a journal. One of the ways I do it is when I wake up in the morning is get the journal out. That's particularly when I sit down, being English, with a cup of tea. I just get the journal out and I start writing about how I'm feeling. I take a little bit of time and connect with my breath and then just go inside and just think, okay, what am I feeling inside? So first of all, how am I feeling physically? So that's okay, my body's aching today, I feel physically tired. So that's me acknowledging how I feel physically. Then I go a little bit deeper and I start looking at my thoughts. Well, what thoughts are coming up today? You know, what am I thinking? I don't make a judgment of it or try to connect it to a story. It's just I make an observation. And then I go a little bit deeper still and I start to go deeper into my emotional world. And in the emotional world, I start to look at, okay, what is the sensation I'm feeling? Where is it in my body? Is it at my stomach? Is it in my heart? And then I start to try and recognize what that emotion is. Is it sadness? Is it anger? Is it joy? Is it frustration? Is there hate? Is it jealousy? And by doing this, what I've found it's helped me to do is to strengthen my emotional vocabulary. And the more and more that I do it, the less impact are these difficult emotions having on my world. Because I'm becoming the observer and I'm able to recognize and then express the emotion, by this time is obviously via using the journal, then it has less impact on my system, and I'm able to go about my everyday without having to worry about, you know, managing these difficult emotions. So look, if this has been helpful for you, please connect with me at Facebook. So that's Young Men's Group at facebook.com, or email me at deanymg@gmail.com. Look, it's been great connecting, and best of luck with managing your emotions.